by streetcar. The streetcars of New Orleans are one of the most iconic features of the city. Today, I'm going to take the St. Charles Streetcar from Uptown to the French Quarter, and then I'm gonna head to the legendary Carousel Bar. The St. Charles Streetcar line has been in operation since 1835, and it is the oldest continuously running streetcar line in the world. In fact, the St. Charles Streetcar has been designated as a National Historic Landmark. The St. Charles Streetcars, along with the San Francisco cable cars, are the nation's only moving landmarks. Each ride will cost you a whopping $1.25. You can pay with cash or by using the RTA app. If you pay with cash, you'll want to bring exact fare because you ain't getting any change. If you have a smartphone, I would highly recommend downloading the RTA app. RTA stands for the New Orleans Regional Transit Authority. The RTA website is super informative and very user-friendly. I'll provide a link in the video description below for both the RTA website as well as for a YouTube video that the RTA made on how to use their app. The RTA app is useful for getting tickets for all forms of public transportation, including streetcars, buses, the ferry, so it's a really useful app to have for getting around New Orleans. For buses and streetcars, you can get a single ride for $1.25. Transfers are 25 cents. And then there are the Jazzy Passes. Jazzy Passes are unlimited bus and streetcar rides in increments of 1 day, 3 day, 5 day, and 31 days. So for 1 day Jazzy Pass, it's $3. $3 for unlimited bus and streetcar rides? That is a whole lot of jazz. The streetcars of New Orleans run 24 hours per day. There are a few different streetcar lines. Some of them have more modernized cars than others with air conditioning and wheelchair accessibility. Do note that the St. Charles line has all vintage cars, so they don't have AC and they're not wheelchair accessible. Here's a map on the RTA website of the different streetcar lines. Here is the St. Charles Streetcar line, the Canal Streetcar towards the cemeteries line, then we have the Canal Streetcar line towards City Park and the New Orleans Museum of Art. Here's the Riverfront streetcar line and the Rampart St. Claude streetcar line. The St. Charles line runs primarily along St. Charles Avenue, hence the name. If you take the St. Charles line from Uptown to the French Quarter, you'll pass through the Carrollton District, Tulane University, Loyola University, Audubon Park, the Garden District, CBD or Central Business District, the Warehouse District, and then end up at the edge of the French Quarter. And that, my friends, is exactly what we're about to do. From end to end, the St. Charles line is 6.5 miles long, has 52 stops, and takes around 45 minutes to travel one way. Since the St. Charles line covers so much ground, you'll probably want to get on and off the car all day, so I highly recommend getting the 1 day Jazzy Pass. I mean, $3 for unlimited jazz? Yes. And by unlimited jazz, I mean like unlimited rides on the bus and streetcar. Just want to make sure that you didn't think you're actually going to listen to music, but you couldn't listen to music in the French Quarter. Anyway, you get the point. Unlimited rides on the streetcar and the bus. Get the pass. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We are going to go to the end of the line in the Carrollton District and get on the St. Charles Streetcar at South Carrollton and South Claiborne. Then we are going to take it all the way into the French Quarter and get off at stop 0 at Canal and Carondelet. All the car stops are numbered. There are 179 stops throughout New Orleans. We're gonna get off at Canal and Carondelet. We're gonna walk 2 blocks down Canal, up Royal Street, hit up the Hotel Monteleone, home of the Carousel Bar, and get ourselves a Vieux Carré. But you might be thinking, Jay, it's not even 2 p.m. Is the Carousel Bar even open? Honey, please. This is the Big Easy. And that bar started spinning at 11 a.m. Shall we? In 1835, when the streetcars first appeared in New Orleans, they were horse-drawn carriages. Then in the 1890s, they were electrified and the horses weren't needed anymore. Then in 1923, I believe, these Pearly Thomas vintage cars hit the tracks. So if you want to ride a National Historic Landmark, you need to ride the St. Charles line because that's the only line that has these vintage cars. Okay, so there was an advisory that there is some construction on the St. Charles line, so you have to get off. I don't know what the stop is, but you had to get off at the stop and then jump onto these shuttles that'll take you to Canal. We made it to the Hotel Monteleone. The Hotel Monteleone was established in 1886 when a Sicilian immigrant, Antonio Monteleone, bought a small hotel in this spot. Over the years, it stayed within the family. It's still family owned and operated, and it now has 600 guest rooms and is a 4-star hotel. Inside is the legendary Carousel Bar. Let's head inside. Drink is strong. The Vieux Carré is the drink for the person who doesn't want to choose between their whiskey and their brandy. Vieux Carré means old square and is what the French Quarter used to be called. The Vieux Carré drink was created here in the Hotel Monteleone in 1938 by bartender Walter Bergeron. It predates when the actual carousel was installed here in the bar. The carousel was installed in 1949, 70 years ago. After one drink. The Hotel Monteleone was a favorite spot of literary giants such as William Faulkner, Ernest Hemingway, and Tennessee Williams. Even Truman Capote would joke that he was born at the Hotel Monteleone. I am gonna head through the French Quarter a little bit more and see if maybe I can get some dinner because, oh boy, I need to sober up.
You come right here.
Yeah.
You see your reflection.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
See how cool that is?
Yeah, I love it. Okay.